Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa, and I want to thank you for stopping by and joining me today. Whenever you're seeing this message, if you're seeing it as I'm uploading it, it is Monday night. But if not, whenever you see the message, it is a timeless message, and I hope there's something here for you. I'm sure there is. There are no accidents. So I do want to thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time by the channel, welcome. I do invite you to like, share, and subscribe. If you are a returning soul family, welcome back. In any event, we're going to jump right in here today. I've already prayed over the cards and got the Palo Santo going. So we're going to just jump in without further ado and see what kind of messages Spirit has for us today. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. Okay, I'm tangled up and stuff. Hold on a second. There we go. All right. Let's see. Get a message. Oh. Kind of the same. Well, I guess different shades of that, but let's see. Okay. All right, Spirit. There you go. We're getting out the gate early. We have expand here. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. And then stuck in fear. I would say these cards are funny because it's like 80 something cards in that deck, and this is what we get. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyway. Okay. So what do we need? Well, we're expanding, period. If you are on this channel, you on this journey with me, folks. Oh, what in the world? This ought to be interesting. What came up next? Hunger and nourishment side by side. Whoa, wait a minute now. Self-reflection flip. This is too much for me to take, but I gotta pick them up to see what they were. There's like 3 cards hit the floor here in a weird place where I could barely reach them. Hang on, fam. So sorry. I feel like I'm about to fall out the chair. Balance. I said falling out the chair, and balance was here with boundaries and power. But let's see what the third card is going to be. Sovereignty. There's a lot of different ways to see that. Right off the bat, the message that was coming to my mind was this staying stuck in fear. Obviously, is blocking your expansion. But we're being asked to, like I said, come out of the spiritual hunger. Find the nourishment. And like I said, and I'm not even seeing nourishment necessarily as physical nourishment, although it could be a call to take better care of yourself, tend to the things that your body is calling for. But sovereignty is here with the Queen of the Moon herself. So it's like literally the divine is telling you it's time to get up out this fear. Let's see here. What else we got over here? Ooh, Solar Crown. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to just take this one off the top. Actually, maybe not. Solar Crown. I am decisive and wise when action is required. I move swiftly with courage. When wisdom is necessary, I step carefully with grace. I trust my intuitive wisdom to decide correctly. And then we have bird set free. I am fearless and free. My past does not hold on to me. As I rest, my chains fall off. As I sit, I soar. I am a bird set free. Wow. Repressed shadow. I explore my own shadow and seek to unify my full self. By understanding the darkness repressed within, I can heal the world in humility rather than scorch it in judgment. This is a lot of cards, but the way they fell, I think I have to take them. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Celestial lighthouse, I am guided. The benevolent force that holds the universe holds me like a lighthouse on a hill. My guide beckons with their celestial light. I am accompanied on my journey by love, wisdom, and power. I am never alone. And I love that that's here next to the stuck in fear. We have fear, as spirit recognizes it, but we've got sovereignty here and solar crown. So you can be doing this shadow work is going to set a lot of folks free, literally. And sorry, Dark Night of the Soul is not a one and done. There's levels to this ish, as Meek Mill says. But when you do it, yeah, like I said, it's going to unify your full self. You're going to meet and merge with your higher self when you start to do that. Pillar of leadership. I'm a leader. I speak in confidence. With authority, I lead by example. I am a pillar of character that holds the weight of responsibility for my people. Yeah, that's enough there. I mean, we got some more, but I'm not even going to keep going there. Adventure of life is here as well. But when you step into your sovereignty, you're going to find your adventure of life regardless. You can't help it. Let me get those out of the way. And then I do want to give these a proper shuffle. Oh, wow. We have great and full right next to spirit of gratitude. Kind of the same. Again, it's open up and expand, same, similar. Great and full and spirit of gratitude, similar. But fear and hunger is right in the middle of this with repressed shadow. A tall tale. Are you lying to yourself? Oh, I think so, because there's a beautiful uncaging here as well. Yeah, we're going to find out about this fear situation. Well, we all know, what do they say? Fear is false evidence appearing real. And that's always the way it is. But, yeah, we all deal with it. So, like I said, I ain't preaching down to nobody. We're here learning these soul lessons together, family. Let's see what the cards have to say. Pull these up a little. Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry. Nitpicking here. But I can't help it. I want to make a little more room here on the table. I don't even know if y'all can see those, but okay. Loving elementals are here. The treasure. The Oracle of Delphi. Fated meeting. Uriel and the Sphinx. And the Buddha prepares. Wow. Up in the Air was here too, but I was only planning on taking 6 cards. This up in the air though, again, I have to pay attention to what comes to mind when I'm laying the cards down. Excuse me. Uriel in the Sphinx is about sacred wisdom, that going within, kind of connecting. Archangel Uriel is there with that balance, and then Buddha prepares, and the Oracle of Delphi, and the treasure. You're being called to greatness. But again, this fated meeting is kind of in the center. But what was in the center over here? Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another. So, again, not looking for a love reading, but for many of you, another person, a divine counterpart, figures in it. And we're not even talking about necessarily, I mean, the romance aspect is nice. That's what we're all looking for. But for a lot of people, the divine counterparts they're being led to are not just for the ish and giggles of romance. It's holy love for a divine purpose, sovereignty. This solar crown, celestial lighthouse here, pillar of leadership. The treasure, the oracle of Delphi, a fated meeting, Uriel and the Sphinx, and the Buddha prepares. If that ain't stepping into divine service, and even that tall tale. Now we think of a tall tale, you think of somebody telling a lie or what have you. My thing, when I was thinking of that, I couldn't help but think of something so great that it seems unbelievable, or telling your story and it's so unbelievable. I want to read this though, because excuse me. Oh, and it's card 35. Where's the book? Oh Lord, I'm so sorry, y'all. Me and my fumbling. Probably because that's when I know I got too many books. Got nowhere to put them all in one spot. All right. Okay. Denial, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind. Not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. You or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get high on an illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there is the lie that put forth while in denial, such as hiding and active addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies. The tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your lie is exposing in yourself and others. Transparency is required to get to where you need to go, to be truly empowered, to reveal the strength of what is true and authentic. Any other path leads to a dead end. Remember the saying, the truth will set you free, and get ready to fly unfettered. Now I see why that card was here, family. You're lying to yourself. I ain't trying to call you a liar, but Spirit is telling you you're lying to yourself. There's a beautiful uncaging happening here. You're supposed to step into your divine sovereignty. Many of you, whether you've met them yet or it's to be, there is a fated meeting, a divine union, even if it's not a romantic one. There is some kind of divine meeting that you are supposed to meet up with. But it does have to do with this spiritual calling, work. And that may be the lie too. You may not even realize you have a spiritual calling yet, but you do. You wouldn't be on this channel if you didn't. If you weren't, because guess what? When you start seeking, you go, well, I'm just a seeker. Yeah, I was a seeker for a long time too. When you start seeking, that's because you're being called into service, whether you know it or not. Like I said, you're gonna figure it out soon. You're gonna figure it out soon. The energy is shifted, and the way the information is coming, it's like spirit ain't even just tapping on our shoulders no more. They just about screaming. What was that song years ago? John Deere Green. You gonna have this in neon letters. They right here. I mean, hey, the Chariot is here. Determination with the loving elemental. So you got to make up your mind to do it. But guess what? I don't see why you can't. Seven of Wands is here with the Treasure. There's that defensiveness. Well, I mean, you got a treasure, and if it winds up being something financial, I get the need to be defensiveness. I mean, the need to be defensive because people that don't understand or share your vision may not come along with or understand. But that's one of the reasons we pick and choose how we share it. But guess what? When you do this work, especially when you come out of this stuck in fear and hunger phase and get this nourishment, especially the spiritual, energetic, mental, emotional, inner child nourishment that you need and step into this sovereignty, a lot of the folks that require Seven of Swords, vigilance, and defense around are going to vibrate out of your experience. They just will. You might be able to help them later, but for a while you may have to walk it alone. Yeah, here they go. Five of Wands. Seven of Wands, Five of Wands. Especially if you step onto the spiritual path, there's going to probably be a lot of folks that ain't going to like, look at here, hermit mode. Spiritual enlightenment. But that's what it's going to take too very often. People don't know that whole... like I said, bring me somebody to love. How can I meet my soulmate? How can I meet my divine counterpart? God, please send me somebody. And then they running out to the club. Or they all up in place. That make absolutely no sense. Sometimes you have to get to that quiet, introspective place so that you can hear spirit. You can't hear the subtle energies in the middle of a loud, boisterous whatever. That's one of the reasons... I think it was Rumi. It said the breezes at dawn. Wait a minute. What is that saying? The breezes at dawn. Or something. Don't go back to sleep. Or I don't know. Anyway. And the Fool here. Fresh start. Uriel and the Sphinx. The Fool represents being on that spiritual journey. And you got one of the most spiritual cards in the deck right there. This Three of Swords was wanting to come out anywho. I saw it earlier, but I just kind of ignored it. But it's made it very clear. It wants to be here with the Buddha prepares. Grief, heartbreak. I think for many of us, or some of us anyway, the grief and heartbreak that we go through pushes us to a point. It's like being in a crucible where you don't have no choice but to heal because you can't take the pain anymore. But in that healing of that grief, a shift happens. The Buddha prepares. You get shifted into, out of this phase of hunger. I'm sad. I don't know where it's coming from. Why did they hurt me? Why is this happening to me? All of that. That is a spiritual hunger. But in this quiet hermit mode, you start healing that and you set on the spiritual path. You start healing all this Three of Swords grief and come into your own and find some healing. Queen of Swords here with the Chariot, determination. Yeah, that's what it takes. The Knight of Swords is here with the Seven of Wands. Knight of Swords is a swift action taker. Now, with the repressed shadow and being stuck in fear, maybe that action don't feel as swift as you might like. But there's determination there. And the world is here with the Oracle of Delphi. So regardless of this competition and whatever else you think is going on, just keep going. There's a Hermit here with this fated meeting with the Ace of Wands. Ooh. Yeah. The Ace of Wands in the tarot can also be a very phallic card representation, and I find it very wow. This Pillar of Leadership card is not an Ace of Swords, but it reminds me of an Ace of Swords. So you got the Ace of Wands here with the Ace of Swords, with the Hermit in the spiritual enlightenment, right here with this fated meeting. I don't care what y'all say. That's some grown folk stuff right there. I ain't mad though. I said I wasn't looking for it in the middle of this reading. I thought we were just doing some us work just for us on the individual level. But hey, ooh, okay. 7 of Pentacles, fresh start here with this planting seeds with the Fool and Uriel and the Sphinx, and the 10 of Pentacles here with the Buddha prepares and this Ace of Swords. I mean 3 of Swords. So yeah, there is some heartbreak, but this card, the Buddha prepares, reminds me of Gandhi. Well, again, why? I don't know. But I was just thinking about Gandhi when he said, I thank those who bring me pain, for they are my teachers. Sometimes we have to go through this. This is part of our karmic lessons, to learn how to deal with those heartaches, to learn how to overcome codependency and narcissism and runner chaser or whatever else it is that we have, giving of ourselves to those that we really shouldn't have been giving ourselves to, giving our heart and attention. And that could be anything. It don't have to be a person. We ain't gonna make this entirely a relationship reading, because there's way too much spirituality on this table to just make it be about a relationship reading, but it impacts kind of everything. If your heart is caught up in wrangling stuff with low vibrational people, it's hard to get to a great and full and a spirit of gratitude situation when all they keeping is hell and confusion going in your life. And then again, that's how we sometimes lie to ourselves. By telling ourselves that's the best we can do, or that's what we deserve, or we gotta stay with them because of the kids, or because we don't want them to be alone, or we worried about we tell ourselves all kind of stuff to keep ourselves in all kind of crap we don't have no business being in, shouldn't have been in there in the first place, and then we stick around way after the party is over because we have all of these societal things that tell us that's what we have to do or we supposed to do. No, it ain't. Look at here, Rider is here right next to the boat. There is an adventure coming. You taking sail. This ain't gonna last forever, and it ain't been easy. 5 of Wands is here with this mountain and challenge, but guess what? It's worth it because the world is there too. So it's buried treasure. Treasure is here, and the spiritual assistants, the loving elementals are here, but you got to work for it. It takes determination. The Chariot is here with the Queen of Swords, but the assistance of the Rider. The treasure is here, but it's buried beneath this defensiveness and this Knight of Swords, kind of younger. But the Knight of Swords ain't bad to have in your gate. Why does it? No, we're going to find another one. If it want to come out again, it will. It keeps coming out, though, those dice and these creams. But with the fated meeting, that kind of makes sense. Ace of Wands and Stork. Fresh start with the 7 of Pentacles and Uriel and the Sphinx. And there it is. Yep. That's a holy union. Ooh, time is here. I didn't even realize I had flipped the deck the other way. But that's very interesting because time is here with this book. And the book is about like hidden information, because you see all the locks and dials and all of that. It's some hidden information for you. And then at the bottom of the deck, the ancestors. And this stable, polar, this bear energy. The Ten of Pentacles here with heart, though, that is, like I said, it's the healing of this Three of Swords grief. But I think it was still a catalyst for your spiritual ascension too, that allows this fated meeting to happen inside of this spiritual. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta stop and take a peek at this for a second, because you're being told to open up and expand, but you're stuck in fear. There's a spiritual hunger here. But somehow you either have been or will be tending to your spiritual nourishment and leading to sovereignty. But then it says determination here with the Chariot and this Queen of Swords. That leads to spiritual assistance and adventure. And travel. Some folks ain't gonna like it. You've been defensive. You may have to still be defensive, because there's a treasure coming. Inside of healing this heartbreak and tending to your healing, you're calling in a helper. There's a fated meeting of some kind. And for what I'm seeing here, for the folks that resonate with this reading, it's a divine counterpart. It's not going to be easy. It hasn't been easy. There has been this competition here, this Five of Wands, strife and all of that, but it's leading to the world. The Oracle of Delphi, one or both of you have spiritual gifts that you're going to share with the world, this fated meeting, because there's spiritual enlightenment here. Once you get to this point of cracking open, this beautiful uncaging, love comes in. Fresh new offer, sexy, cooperative, all of that. It's planting seeds for the spiritual unfolding that y'all are having. And honestly, fresh start. Now, in the Lenormand, the Storm card, it always, they want to highlight the storm. But ever since the first time I've ever seen this card, I can't help but notice the dawning of the clear day. Storms don't last forever. And it's here. It's five of Wands, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles is there, but it's planting those seeds. In the traditional tarot, he looked tired and wore out, kind of leaning on his rake. But here is something, like I said, something that needs tending. For sure. You may not even know what you're doing if you're just on making a fresh start. But it's bringing you out of the storm into this light. Uriel and the Sphinx. And ending with the Buddha prepares. This healing of this grief is bringing your love and your money. Stop lying to yourself. Nah, we ain't even going there. Let me shuffle them a little bit. Let's see what we got her. Angel of Love is here. Anxiety is here. All tied up. Community. Second chakra and contract. Yeah, I see that. All tied up in anxiety. But loving elementals, angel of love, like I said, the Chariot talks about your willpower. The rest of this is is divine assistance, is angelic assistance. Even the rider, to some degree, is kind of out of your hand. That's something good coming in. That's not what you're doing on your own. So, yeah, you feel tied up and anxious because of this defensiveness and the disagreements, the fear, the heartbreak. But community is here. And even though, I mean, this is a 7 card here, but it always still reminds me of the 3 of Cups. This is a promise of, like I say, it's not only just new love, it's new ideas, it's new inspirations, it's new everything, and some form of community, soul family. 2nd chakra. Yeah. Our sacral, like it will, and that, I mean, that has to do too. That's why I said I think it's about holy love, because with the sacral chakra is very that earthy kind of what drives us, and it. But with the Buddha prepares, if you and or your counterpart are being drawn towards like tantra and karezza and things like that, any form of sacred sexuality, or oh, I can't even think what we're going to call it, but anyway, yeah, definitely pay attention to that, because there's something beautiful coming. Again, I don't know what it is. You'll know when you get to it, but yeah, absolutely, there is something magical coming when you're willing to step into these gifts. It may be a rough patch. Honestly though, we can shift that hunger from a negative into something else. Stay hungry for spiritual stuff. Stay hungry for the nourishment that you know is going to get you up out of the season. And you know what it is. If there's things you need to cut off, cut them off. If there's things you need to add in, add in. Don't be afraid to examine spirituality, especially if you're being led to something or curious about it. Spirituality isn't boring. There's so many aspects out there that you can delve into, and your guides are kind of gently guiding you there anyway. Follow your intuition. It's not going to lead you wrong. It's trying to lead you to something beautiful. Stop worrying about it. You don't have to be all tied up. That's an illusion. Fear, false evidence appearing real, and the feeling being stuck. You ain't never stuck. If you don't literally have yourself bound and gagged to a tree somewhere, you ain't stuck. And even then, you ain't completely stuck. But yeah, you're going to figure it out, though. You're doing it. And we're going to keep on working on this every day. I'm going to be more consistent from now on to see what we got. See if we can get a message from Spirit every day. And we're going to do this work together, because I'm doing mine too. And we're going to do this together. But yeah, family, this is beautiful. Do that spiritual work, and it's coming for you. I hope you're ready. I love you, family. I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you for stopping by. Please like, share, please give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you have not already. And until the next time, the next cards hit the table. Peace and blessings to you, soul family. I love you so much. Namaste.